Hello sewing friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Mary and I'm creating my dream wardrobe from scratch. I've been seeing this blouse all over my Pinterest. And the more I watch this, the more Pinterest recommended me this blouse, and it kind of grew on me, and I decided that it's quite time to make one for myself. I think it's a very beginner friendly project. I've made mine in about 2 hours, so that was quick. And since I have a pattern that works to make this blouse, I decided that, well, not, let's make it. I have used my pattern, the Milo waistcoat, and I will show you how you can modify this pattern, and I will show you also how to draft the sleeve for the pattern. Regarding my fabric, I have this bed sheet which I no longer use, and I thought to put it to a good use and make this blouse for myself. It was the bed sheet with elastic, so I removed the elastic, and I will cut the pattern from it and make my blouse. So let's get into this sewing project. So now this is the front of the waistcoat pattern. What you have to do to this pattern is to eliminate this part here. So I simply cut it straight here, and if you want to, you can also add some extra here. So I have added about 2 centimeters on this edge and unite with my armhole, so it will be a little bit like so. If you want, you can also leave it straight, or you can have a sort of angle here. If you do this to your front, you will have to do it also to your back. And also I've added 1.5 centimeters here at the bottom to make it longer, but also this depends on how long you want your blouse to be. So you can measure from the shoulder down and see the length of the pattern, and maybe if you need to, you can add more or take from this pattern depending on how you want your length to be. We won't be making this dart on the front. It will remain the added extra, so we have the blouse large. What I did to the front panel was to also lower this point here at about 5.5 centimeters, and from the shoulder point, I've united this. So this will have to go here. And I will slightly round this shape here. And so I've made the same modification to the back panel. If the front I made it shorter or longer, I did the same to the back. If I put a little extra to the side, also I made it to the back. And the back remains the same. The back you have to cut one on fold, and the front you'll have to cut 2. So now let me show you how to draft the sleeve. First of all, you have to measure the armhole for the front and for the back. So grab the measuring tape and put it like so, and measure the shape of the armhole. And for me it's 23, and on the back here I have 22. On the back I have 22. So take a point of reference and draw a straight line, and you'll have to measure on yourself from the shoulder to the bicep your distance, and this measurement transfer this to this line, and for me it was about 12 centimeters. And I will draw a line here, And now from this point, draw a straight line that will be intersected with this line here. And the measurement of this line is your measurement of the armholes for the front, and on this part for the back. So I had about 22 on the front, 22 on the front. So I will position my ruler so that I have here 22. And 23 on the back, so I will also draw 23 on the back. And you'll have to have a sort of triangle like so. And now let's mark the middle of this line. So eleven, and now let's draw the shape of the armhole. So you'll have to go a little bit above and below this line, like so, and from this point slightly below, and like so. So this will be the head of the sleeve. And next you'll have to draw your sleeve length. So let's say that here it will be my sleeve length, and decide how wide you want your sleeve to be at the bottom. So let's say that I will add 20 to one side and 20 to one side, and from here you have to unite your sides. And this is the sleeve. So make 2 notches. Now make 2 notches for the back and 1 notch, so you know which one is one and don't confuse them. Add your seam allowance, of course, to the sleeve, and this is the pattern of the sleeve. I've cut all my pattern pieces, the front, the back, the sleeves, and along with the ties. And for the ties, I made them of 42 centimeters with 5 centimeters in width, and I cut 6 because I want to place 3 ties, but this depends on how many you want to place. I will see how many I will place also. So first of all, we need to sew the straps, so fold them right sides, and you'll have to stitch from the short end here with 1 centimeter here, or maybe 1 centimeter away from the fold, depending on how thick or thin you want your straps to be. So I've turned my ties on the right side, and now take one front panel, and on the right side of the front panel place your ties like so. So for reference, I've placed mine here at the top, and the second one at 11 centimeters distance. Now you have to take your other panel and place it like so, and we'll have to stitch from the shoulder point down to the waist, and I will pin it in place. So you'll have to stitch from the shoulder point down to the waist. Make sure to also stitch your ties. You can stick them out a little bit so you can see them. And you repeat for the other panel as well. Take the back neck facing, and I will make a double folded hem. I will fold my edge once and then once again, and I will stitch it. Now place your back facing right sides to right sides and stitch it along the neckline. Now understitch the seam allowance. Now understitch the seam allowance on the facing side, right next to the stitch. So now let's press all our seams, the back and the front. So now we have to stitch the front and the back at the shoulder seam. So place, open the front panel and match the seam from the front to the back of the neckline. And sandwich the back panel between the two layers of the front. Like so. Pin them in place. And now the back, on the back panel, the shoulder is a little bit big, so cut this excess. And you'll have to stitch here. And here's how it should look like on the right side, on the wrong side. Now take the sleeve panel and place it right sides to your front. Pin it in place. Make sure you catch the two layers of the front and go all the way until you reach your back. So now let's do this in place, and you can also sew the edge and also finish the raw edge with a circular zigzag stitch. Right, so now we have to close the seams and the sleeve. So match your seam notches on the sleeve, match the back with the front on the side seam, and match the sleeve seams and pin them in place and then stitch. And also finish the raw edges with your serger. All done, and now the final step is to hem the bottom of the blouse and also the sleeves. So what I will do is to double fold the bottom of the blouse. Maybe you can serge it if you want and then fold only once, like so, and I will stitch, and I will do the same for my sleeves. So I will double fold and stitch. After this, the blouse is ready, and let's see the final result. So I finished sewing my blouse, and this is how it turned out. Thank you so much if you made it by the end and watched this video. If you do try to make this blouse using my pattern, please tag me on Instagram using Mary the Dressmaker. I'm always so happy to see your creations. Thank you so much if you purchase my sewing patterns. It means a lot to me, your support. You can also support my channel here by giving this video a like and subscribe so you won't miss out any of my sewing videos. Yeah, so see you next time, and until then, happy sewing!